Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Welcome back to Gran Turismo 7 Part 128. The Silvia sister is now activated by a menu book as I'm about to go and visit the GT Cafe. It was a lot of hard racing effort from Super Formula for only 5 races, including to have 2 of them to be served as extra after finishing to have 3 races in the main menu book objective. But I'm sure it might have to take a good series of competition to go all in and have the good moment to be focusing to have one event available by participate in weekly challenges. For this menu book, this will be featured to have 3 racetrack will be required to have a stamp placement, including one of them to be served as an extra bonus. One reward is the 6-star roulette ticket in parts category. Time to learn more about the event detail from Luca. For this new menu, I'd like you to try your hand at the Silvia sisters. The stars of the intergenerational Nissan Silvia event include the Nissan 180SX, known for its sharing a chassis and engine with the famed S13, and the Sil 80, a 180SX with a modified front end. Finish in the top 3 in every race and you'll earn a reward. All the best out there. Okay, here I go, and this is where the best one coming in to have some different generation of the Silvia. Plus to have 2 different versions is now being shared on the same S13 model like the 180SX and the Sil 80. However, it might be quite giving a good excellent roll of opportunity as I'm about to go with Japanese JDM card this time. Here we got some good 3 highlighted on the compass to go by each part of the objective. So I'll have to go down and do on event directory, and here it is, you guys. 4 races available in the Silvia sisters by no limitation in performance point. Here we have Tsukuba Circuit, Willow Springs International Raceway in the streets of Willow. Deep Forest Raceway in reverse direction is now being set and active on weekly challenges. And here is the extra on race number 4 is Tokyo Expressway, south clockwise. Alright, I know this is going to be quite good for today's video segment, folks. I just really might need to go by prefer to choose all 3 races all at one until I just really might need to save one of them later on. For this description of the event, the Nissan sisters go head to head in this showdown between spiritual successor of the S13 Silvia. Compete to see which will be the belle of the ball. 7 kinds of specified vehicle will be featured to have the S13, S14, and S15. 2 of them on the 180SX Type X 1996 and the Sil 80 1998. So I bet this might be a quite very good choice of the pick and choose any kinds of Silvia models, including the 180SX and the Sil 80. So what to do? Which one should I have to pick? But I got 42 of these kinds of Silvia, all kinds of specified colors and livery to myself, and even one of them is on the red on the S15. The NOB S15 Silvia is quite good to be served as a livery variation, but maybe I'll have to go with my own livery this time, folks. How about starting out with the Nissan Silvia Case Type S S14 1994. This will be doing one Total Drama Island themed livery variation to be represented to the Killer Bass. Hope I'm about to get ready because nostalgia is the best comeback since Gran Turismo 4. It'll have to take 3 laps for track is gonna be a piece of cake. But I'm sure of it, when it comes to have a best event, nostalgia is the best element for only one Silvia is now being featured after cleared from menu book number 39. Here we have Andrew Brooks. Let's give him a warm welcome. Hi, I'm Andrew Brooks from Canada. I'll be racing in the S15, the final Silvia. You can hardly get one of these outside of Japan. true and very correct. That's how Nissan Silvia is also to have some different models to get it from outside Japan. But did you notice that if it's going to be sold in Europe and America to be known as the 200SX and the 240SX? Only for the S13 and S14, but not for the S15 Silvia to be sold in America. But it's still very popular to this day in Japan, and I just really might have to give a good favorite, and I'll be the judge of any kinds of JDM road car. Settings preparation to go in SOP, sports category check, and here I come, folks. This will be having a good challenge for only one 10th position at the rolling start. Countdown in about 3 seconds, and go for the green. And I'm up, and approaches to be brake at turn 1. But take a good look at the Silvia by the S13, S14, and S15. Just beautiful and amazing to have some custom parts to be fitted and installed as a tuner car. But right now, it'll have to take one good best objective to be finished in 3rd place or higher. Got to find a good line, and coming around to have the next turn to go for the left. Steady up quickly and go approaches on hairpin 3. Okay, there you go. Andrew Brooks is in the 1st position. Got to go to the final corner at the right. Brake well. Deaccelerate. And applied a good line. But this will be having a very good piece of cake moment after being cleared from menu book number 39, folks. But I just really love to enjoy to have some few other events to be specifically to go on Road Car Challenge. But I kinda like it. Just like playing Gran Turismo 4, and here on Gran Turismo 7 is about to go for having a best level to have some different challenges to have some custom Silvia as well. Just gonna have to keep a good time for dancing. Moving up to the 5th. Okay, coming in to have 2 S14 models. But that will be doing a Type S version. But there's one on the red and the case arrow on the blue. Okay, gonna have to keep that grip up tight and go to the final lap. This is it. Okay, that's good. Moving up on the 2nd, there's Andrew Brooks. Got to get in there, and he is on the white S15 Silvia. Okay, there you go for only short commit. Then inside the hairpin 3 apex. Full stretch, and 1st position on the fastest lap by 1 minute, 3.671 seconds. Just gonna have to go to the final stretch, and checker flag is now being claimed to the podium. Alright, 1st place, and check. Very awesome for only one part of the race to go on the goal. But one Total Drama Island original variation on the Killer Bass is check and done. But very absolutely to have a short time for only 3 minutes, 13.467 seconds that I just took for the fastest is 1 minute, 2.995 seconds. Now that's what I call to have a very good tuned Silvia sister moment in Tsukuba circuit. 40,500 GT credits. But it was okay, but that would be quite giving a good different amount of earnings to go by some good minimum wage. So that's the stamp mark place is now checked, and only 2 more to go. This will have to take a good decent time and go by minor update to have some major priority to myself. Just to have a replay moment to have a short time and zoom in. There we go. Caught on the thumbnail image and save a replay. So what do you guys think about your favorite kinds of every generation for the Nissan Silvia? But of course, just to be additionally to have the S13 on 180SX and the Sil 80. That's why I'm about to go appraise and be the judge, and that's how only kinds of Silvia vehicles in each generation from the 1980s by the late and 1990s to be on the S14 until early 2000 for the S15. Next up, Willow Springs International Raceway to be in the streets of Willow Springs. This will be doing one best case aero version to the same S14 in 1996 facelift model. But don't forget, any kinds of compound tires that you really might need to keep a good better in suit. So I'll have to go by Screaming Gober variation to have the different S14 model is now being titled in Case Aero. But the K stands for the King and the Q stands for the Queen in each different version. But aspiration might have some differences between supercharger or turbocharger to be alike for only one part of the different model. Each version does count, and different year models is still actually to become very best popular to every JDM icons. Here we have Adriano Carrozza. Let's give him a warm welcome. I'm Adriano Carrozza from Brazil. The custom styling on all of these cars is incredible, wouldn't you say? Along with the Toyota 86, the Silvia 180SX pretty much invented Japanese toge racing culture. But what can I say, folks? These kinds of tuner cars are being built to have some different modification to have a good way to become a standard road car into a JDM tuner. So that's how the setting is much more important in case any kinds of different performance to be on the minor adjustment. So I got the turbocharger on medium RPM added with the anti-lag system must be required to be set on weak or strong. But I'll have to go by strong this time, and even some bodywork and engine tuning might need to do a little bit much more extra boost. Got to calculate performance, then let's go on race number 2. Time is on the rush. Same position as before, 10th place, and let's get it on. Okay, the track itself is about to get much more complexity and do the minor check on 3 laps. Just gonna have to finish in 3rd place or higher and overtake any Silvia models between the S13, S14, and S15. Okay, there's the 180SX on 7. Just to keep the Screaming Gopers to be up and tight. Okay, that's the 1996 model. Whoa! Here comes the contact. Just be patient and wait for the straight. Okay, that's the Q's S13. That was the 1988. Okay, coming in on the 6th. Moving up to the final corner. Looks like this one might be quite good to be styled in golden. JMI. Okay, 2nd lap. Now gonna have to go climb up, steeping up on turn 1. Got to go on the outside. wait, and dive in. Okay, this might be a perfect guess if it's going to be the 180SX or the C80. But it doesn't matter because same chassis in different version that comes in to have a front line. And that was the C80. Good guess. Okay, it's only down to me and Adriano Carrazza. Got to be very extra careful. The streets of Willow Springs is all about to have a master of real car experience. I bet he's driving the Type S version to the 1994 Silvia. But good for him, and I'll just have to keep a good all-in till the final lap will be entered on number 3. There we go. First place in the lead. Got to keep that line in good motion. Hold it steady. Got to do some more counter steering and just stay on the track. Okay, go by the main line. Have sector 3 to go proceed forward. Okay, close call. Talk about having some tough turns to avoid having a spin out. Okay, next for the turn on the corner to go banking in and do it on the lap. Okay, this is it. Final turn, and I'll have to take home to the podium. Just good and brilliant to have the S14 case aero is now being claimed in the first. Unlike the 1994 counterpart, but this one might be a bit more successful and prior to the S15 Silvia until in 1999 where Gran Turismo 2 started out by its debut. But look at the total time for only 4 minutes, 14.374 seconds as I took by the fastest lap in 1 minute, 23.112 seconds. Very awesome and very good, remarkable, successful. So I bet this might have to take some double up earning to go receive in 52,500 credit. But Clean Race does it all, and real car will always be good experts. That's 2 stamp placement on the menu book. Only 1 more to go. Deep Forest Raceway in reverse direction is about to go and have myself to be in the main pick to have the S113 Silvia. But it might have to take some requirement to be on the specific between onto the diamond selection and the Q's version. So let's see. Just wait for the thumbnail image on the replay and have this to be on the main inspection check. But it's all about intergenerational to have some Nissan Silvia cars to its day. But I can't believe it, this is going to be quite going amazing to see these kinds of Silvia tuner cars. Okay, this part might be doing right over here to be seen get closer nearby. That corner is going to be a bit more tough out there if you really need to be patient. So this one should be quite good enough and exit by the replay to be saved. Okay, next up for the S13, this will be doing one possible choice between the Q's stands for Queen in the 1988 model and the K's Diamond Selection in 1990. But it does might have to take some similarity to go by counterpart when using the Nissan 180SX or the SIL 80. So I just really might need to grab on the Nissan vehicle to go on manufacturer brand, select the K's Diamond Selection S13 1990 with my Total Drama OC Angela in it, but this will be doing a possible tuning requirement if you really might need to go by having some minor upgrade. All you might need to do is gonna have to grab on different types of turbocharged RPM if you already know about it, because the strategy is just yet to be checked, and requirement to do some proper tuning and body work will be need to have a minor set of adjustment. So I had to purchase on weight reduction stage 1 and 2. Purchase. Got to do for only one short stop by in the tuning shop. High RPM turbocharger. That should do a bit more peak of acceleration. Okay, racing intercooler check. Got to go by standard and make it much more less tuning on road car. Okay, racing brake kit to be select disc. Pads to be double check. Okay, that should be quite good enough to have a little bit more short time on shopping to get parts upgraded and be prepared. But don't forget, all you might need to have the anti-lag system just to be in case of use. Okay, looks like polished ports just to be purchased, and adding up more just to add up on weight reduction stage number 3. And there you go, 2,059 pounds and increased body rigidly. Gonna top it up on the S13 and give it a LSD on fully customizable. Oh, and by the way folks, just to let you know that I just might have to go preferred by doing some ordinary by tuning default. But any kinds of further options to give some comment of advice. That's how. The only thing to have one best Silvia model to have the best pick and go by favorite is all about to have the classic and modern JDM all together by the range date from the late 80s and early 2000s. Then let's go to Deep Forest Raceway to have the weekly challenges to go by participation. Hope I'm ready, because this might have to take one best part priority. Will be proceed to have 4 races to go available, including one of them is now being activated as well. But don't forget folks, all you might need to do is just gonna grab the menu book by number 45 to take part in the Silvia Sisters to be finished in 3rd place or higher according to the weekly challenges. This will be take place in nighttime because we got Randall Haywood for only one tip of the interaction. I'm Randall Haywood from the United States. Back home, the S14 I'll be racing in is known as the 240SX. In Japan, it has a woman's name, the Silvia they call it. Okay, looks like Nissan 240SX in America and the Silvia by original to be named as a woman. But with all due respect, because it does might have the same kind of chassis and different name when it comes to have some specific models in each part of the region. The right hand side of the Japan and the left hand side in America. Well, eventually, it still does might have a good style in Japanese culture. But it'll have to take a good rolling start, and then I'll have to go for the S13 to be ready up and go full improved. Okay, first turn coming in. This could be a decent work and proper balance if I really have to master it. Just to have the night position and wait for the hairpin to go right. Okay, looks looks like C Endo is slowing down. Got to kick it up in the mid gear. But better yet to be simple and more confident when driving the Nissan S13 Silvia. But it might be quite work, but it could be quite doing some matter of tuning to make a good, better, and balance of performance. That's how my guess is. Just have to tune it well and make it look standard by default when it comes to have a matter of racing experiment. Okay, moving up on the 6th, got to keep going, and Randall Haywood is in the 1st. There's T. Alston on the 5th, coming down, and do the final corner to do the out and out. The opposite basic line, and same thing of course back from Gran Turismo 1. Okay, that's good on lap number 2. 6.8 seconds to go. Keep that turn steady and well balanced. Okay, looks like 2 S14Ks Type S is still around by side. Just have to go in, overtake on the go Silvia K's Type S, then the black one, if it's going to be actually to be based from the Nismo 270R. There you go. Good pass, overtake, and faster lap time update I took in 1 minute, 48.799 seconds. Okay, Jay Sato on the 2nd, only 4.1 seconds to go to catch up to Wendell Haywood. But good livery, by the way. All I can see is the Goodyear logo to be seen on the rear. Okay, keep it steady, holding in, and give it what for on pace. Okay, this is it folks, final lap. This will have to take a good stepping stone and catch us up on the S15 Silvia on 2nd. Almost there. There's Randall Haywood. I guess he's driving a red S14 Silvia Type S. Got to get in there and change up the radar to go on motion sensor. It's only down to 1.6 seconds. Got to make that record and just go commit. Okay, my guess, that's not the Type S case version, and this was the case Aero. Come on, just going to keep a good sightseeing in headlight check. Okay, very good. Almost there. Just have the final sector and almost there. Come on, make that push. It's gonna get nearly there. Ah, looks like the S14 just really took it, and there it is. Wow, that was a very tough race, and finished by the weekly challenge to go by 1 check mark is in. But always to be a reminder that I just had to be here earlier to be on the next day until the next set of the 5 events before tomorrow is gonna have to take 1 event check on the Silvia sisters. But very close to have 2nd place for myself by almost in 0.246 seconds. Over 5 minutes to have 16.3 seconds for Renell Haywood. But very good to have the Type S version on the 1994 to go by guess. But it's all about to have some Silvia generation, and I'll have to get back again on weekly challenges to be served as a reminder. 40,500 GT credits in 2nd place, just came on in, and credit ticket is now received. That's very good on the dirt stamp, and now time to move on and go to the bonus round in race number 4. So I will have to give a moment on replay just to have some different duration by a minute and seconds. Something else might have a good precision on images. Just slow down and get nearby. Capture image thumbnail check and exit to be saved. Unlike all the other events are now being served as extra additional by original from previous update. But Polypody Digital might have some come up with good ideas to have 1 more race to be served by having some additional after finishing in 3 races as menu book adjected. But this will have to take a good time and go forward to be in Tokyo Expressway in south clockwise. But don't worry folks, I'll have to compete and come back again at any time to be in Deep Forest Raceway to choose a better Silvia model. This will be quite usual to have a different track layout and same by the usual in every 3 lap. The next car is I'm about to go with S15 in Spec R Aero in 2002. UDRS in Sportec will have to take the highway in Tokyo Expressway in the South District at clockwise. It's about to go nighttime. I have to get ready and I'll have to keep my strategy to be up and going, and then the weekly challenges to be served as a main course of reminder. But the progress might have to take a good exactly to be saved by having 1 last call of the check. Here we have Jane Wong for having 1 tip of the interaction. I'm Jonathan Wong from Hong Kong. I swapped out the original 2.0 liter 4-cylinder turbo engine of the Silvia for the 3.8 liter V6 turbo of the R35 GTR. With all the added power, you can be sure I'll be zooming down on the straights. Okay, looks like this could be a very challenging. Looks like good for Jonathan Wong. He just actually to have a different Silvia, and this time it's about to go for a swap out engine from the R35 GTR. Looks like he's on the first position by using the 1996 Nissan 180XX Type X. I'll have to go by hard competitive and put up on hard racing compound tires will be good and used. Gonna calculate performance and check, entered, and here I come. This will be doing 1 thrill of the effort to go by modest and well balanced to keep a good sure to be using without any sports compound tires. But if possible, any specific Nissan Silvia cars will go on the engine swap might be a very good idea, but it might be helpful, but it'll have to be provided to have a different kind of the same vehicle without having an engine swap due to the regulation when entered on the lap time challenges to be set by prohibited. Okay, coming in to have sector 2. Got to go past, overtake on K Bowman. Have the hairpin on the right. Okay, here I go. Just to keep a good lookout and stationary check to have a good straightaway in the tunnels. Hold it steady. Just stay on the yellow S15 Silvia. Heading on in at Sector 3. Okay, there's Jonathan Wong. He's on the second, and Austin in the first. Just gonna have to stay on track. Going into the final corner. There we go. Moving to the second and go to lap number 2. For many opponents who can ever to do on engine swap or any kinds of specific Silvia cars is actually to have a best part to be served on the challenge. It can be quite very helpful and very to be served to have some hard racing compound tires in case of anything that might be going for having a full-on competitive moment in this event. That's why the only part of the option to go by normal or engine swap that you might have to take your best decision. But it'll have to take a 50% chance to go by having a rare choice of opportunity. Almost there. Got to make a good pass, overtake, and first position in the lead. Team Insportec is on the number 1 spot. Okay, go onto the right turn. Keep that acceleration to hold the throttle and stay on the left side of the road. Okay, good respawn check. Now gonna have to take that final corner to be moving up in the final lap. Once more into the lead and presses on, heading off to the final lap. I bet this segment might have to take a little bit more time of decent for only 4 events to be racing around to have some best Silvia sisters to go by popular pick. But in the next one, but not in the full walkthrough, that I just really need to get planned for myself on weekly challenges, is I'm about to go with the Nissan Seal 80. But it might have to take a good choice to have the best turbocharged RPM to go on the high rank and facing up to have the S14 Silvia. But after all, when it comes to have the Silvia vehicles to go requirement on tuning, it could go for it. Okay, good line check to be sightseeing. Wow, looks like it's going to be a bit more longer way. All hard tires is still just doing well. Got to keep slowing down and just try to keep a good time attack moment. Okay, here comes the finish line. And there we go, folks. First place and check-in done to be settled in to have 1 event and 4 races is now being checked by having an outcome of total to have 3 of them in 75% and 1 to be put up on 2nd place to be planned and go later on. That's what I have to do for only 1 event to be served as temporarily follow-up catch-up as I just go down by the result. 3rd lap by the fastest I took is 1 minute, 44.371 seconds in hard racing compound tires by using. Total time is 5 minutes, 23.324 seconds. Now that's what I'm talking about, to have one best tuner car without engine swap and just have to go by basic. One prize money in 67,500 credits. Very good, clean race, and double the money by 50%. Alright, it's all done. And one last replay for a moment to have a captured thumbnail image to get closer when nighttime by the headlights to be seen. Good thing my UDRS Insportec livery for the S15 Silvia Spec R Aero to have a good theme of a parody based variation from the NOB in red color. That's how my kind of a livery design when it comes to have a good mixture and parody alike. But it also to have a good placement to be served as a rightful respect and just give something else to do a similarity of a counterpart. But looks like the menu book is checked and complete. 3 stamps and a bonus round is now being quite good and well done. But very good to have event directory to go up in 84%. So let's head back to the GT Cafe and go by having a 3-car collection. We'll be back on track. Congratulations on completing a menu. I got a present for you. Be sure to come by and pick it up. Awesome. 6-star roulette ticket in parts category has now acquired. And for the car collection to be checked by archive and go to the extra menu. Extra menu number 11, Nissan Silvia to have 3 lineup models of the S13 Diamond Selection in the Silvia case, Silvia case Type S S14 1994, and the 2002 Silvia Spec R Aero S15. Congratulations, you got all 3 cars. This completes your Nissan Silvia collection. Once you collect your present, I got some stories to tell you about these cars. Wonderful picture and good scenery to be around in Japan's most famous iconic location to have a good sunset and sunrise to be on the main part. Collection, Nissan Silvia complete, and 1 extra roulette ticket to have the same 6-star parts category. So here comes extra menu number 11, you guys. The Silvia is the most elegant and sporty coupe in Nissan's storied existence. The 3 you have assembled here were each exceedingly popular in the 80s and 90s. The handling balance of the rear-wheel drive layout and a peppy engine, all for more than a reasonable price, were 2 of the several reasons for their popularity. Really, this is a splendid collection that brings together the best of the Silvia. Let me start by telling you a bit about the original model, the first generation Silvia from 1965. This sports coupe shared the engine and chassis of the Nissan Fairlady 1600. Its beautiful design was consistent with that of European sports car from the 60s and 70s. By the way, do you know where the name Silvia came from? It was actually taken from the goddess of the forest in Roman mythology. This S13 Silvia is 5 generations removed from the original model, sold between 1988 and 1993. It served as the base car for the 180SX, a coupe whose main visual trait was its retractable headlamps. Along with the Toyota Celica, and the Honda Prelude, the S13 became famous as an affordable sports coupe. Affordably aside, its rear-wheel drive layout, powerful engine, and innovative suspension contribute to its excellent performance, making it a favorite in Japan's mountain racing scene. Japan is home to many enthusiasts of tuning and customization. This SIL 80, which uses parts from both the Silvia and 180SX, is one of many fan favorites. Outside Japan, Silvias have been marketed with names like the 200SX and the 240SX. With slight variation on the Japanese Silvia in terms of design and engine specifications. The 200SX and 240SX share with their counterparts all the qualities of an elegant and sporty FR coupe. The successor to the popular S13, this 6th Gen S14 made its debut in 1993. Despite its slightly larger body, it retained the sharp lines and elegance of its predecessors. One mustn't forget that it also came with an updated SR20 DET, which was first introduced in the S13 models. Later, iterations of the S14 featured an even sportier design language. And this 10 continued with the 7th Gen S15. Slightly more compact than the previous model, it offered enhanced agility, making it more nimble than ever before. In terms of styling, it was instantly recognizable as a high-performance sports car. Improvements to the suspension, engine, and body rigidly all contribute to excellent performance on the road. Ever since production of the S15 ended in 2002, Nissan has yet to unveil a successor model. Nevertheless, the Silvia continues to be among the most popular and influential sports car ever to come out of Japan. Amazing, beautiful, and I love it when it comes to have the story about the Nissan Silvias to have the first generation that started out in the 1960s until being put up to have the S13, S14, and S15 all together to have the lineup of generation. So, good to be back and just have to keep a good receipt on extra menus to go by doing more cars available. But after all, just to be patient and just yet to have some few other cars that might need to be on sale available on 3 types of dealership. So next up, extra menu number 12 is Renault, along with number 13 is Nissan Skyline GTR. But don't worry folks, just to have to get back on track and do one part of the car collection and story about these kinds of 3 vehicles to be storied out and served as a collection. But this will have to take 3 more menu book to go because Jeepney Cup will be coming up soon to have part 129 in the next video, as I'm about to wrap this up at the end of the video. It takes a lot of hard work and just to have the final day in January in 2024 before moving on in February. But this is where the end of the online service for Gran Turismo Sport has now come to an end. All of my liveries are about to be deleted and gone away forever and still yet to be available around here on Gran Turismo 7. But don't worry, all of my InSportTech livery, Vision Total Drama, and Dispenser Camp fan art livery is still here because I just really might need to have some more design to become and go settled by development. But in the end, my liveries will have to stay alive, and then GT7 will always have to keep on racing, stay clean, and embrace the spirit of artwork design. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on DividendArt, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. And don't forget to check out all of my screenshot images on UDRS Insportec, Vision Total Drama, and DreamArt Livery Style Dispenser presented by myself, Hyperion-Blue-GT, as always to be welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.